Today is February 28th, and I want to address what is going on and what we are hearing from the US government. Now, I got an email earlier on today, and in this email, one of the biggest things that this person was complaining about is all the money that's going out to Ukraine. There's all this money, billions and billions of dollars going out to Ukraine, but what about us? What about the American people? Well, the email, the subject line of this email was, "It won't stop." And why won't it stop? Well, here's what I can tell you. Experts believe that we are not done providing money to Ukraine, especially with China and Russia getting a little bit closer, with the tensions between the US and China getting even more intense. Many experts believe that we are on the wrong path. This is a problem. Now, I've talked about what is going on with the US and China in the past, and I will continue to talk about in the future, just not today. I've talked about Ukraine and Russia as well, what's going on with the war over there. Again, I will address that in a future video, but again, not today. What I want to talk about today is what many people have asked me, and that is, what could we have done with the money that we have given Ukraine? Could we have done something for Social Security? Could we have done something for providing additional funding to nutrition assistance that as of today will be cut off? Or could we have provided more to people, like homeless? Could we have provided them with a better future? And the answer to all of these questions is yes. We could have easily provided more money to Social Security, to nutrition assistance, and to homelessness. We could have done that. Now, I saw in a recent report that if the US would have given the $100+ billion to the homeless, then each person that is homeless, which is over 500,000 people here in the United States, they would have all received over $170,000. Now, this is just an example. I'm not saying in any way we should be giving homeless people $170,000 to do whatever they want with. That's probably not a good idea. But what I am saying is, what if we were able to use that money to something else? What if we could have used some of those funds to provide a place for people that are homeless, a place for them to live, potentially work, or for additional education, right? What could we have done there? Could we have made those communities better? The answer is yes. Now, what about nutrition assistance? As I've said, already in this video, and I've said in the past as well, that February 28th is going to be the final day that we see this supplemental allotment going to millions and millions of people on SNAP benefits. That's going to be a huge loss. According to a recent report, the average beneficiary is going to be losing 40% of their benefits just from today to tomorrow. That's a huge loss. Now, this is a big loss for millions and millions of people, but here's one of the questions that I've been getting. Could we have used that $100 billion that went to Ukraine? Could we have used some of those benefits to send to low-income households to provide for additional nutrition assistance? The answer is yes. We could have easily done that, but we didn't. Again, I'm not saying we should be giving people that are on SNAP benefits an additional $100 billion, but just think what we could have done. What would that have done for the 40 million people, that are currently on SNAP benefits? Could they have, put a little more food on the table, stocked up their pantry, had their fridge full of goods? Yeah, we could have done all that. But let's address Social Security as well. This is something that we've talked about a lot here on this channel lately, because Social Security, according to the Congressional Budget Office, they will become insolvent within the next 10 years. By 2033, Social Security will become insolvent if they do not get a boost of revenue, if they don't see a reduction in spending. That is a huge weight on everybody's shoulders, simply because if we do not do anything, then there will be a moment in time when it's like, okay, we are done. We cannot do anything. It's just too late. That's what people are worried about. Now, here's what we do know. We're now seeing lawmakers talk about and propose different plans, But will any of these even make it through Congress? The answer is no, probably not. This is something that we don't know. Like, I wish I could say that, yes, we are going to have something for Social Security beneficiaries. Do not worry. It will be there. We're going to have, better benefits. We're going to expand. We're going to see Social Security not become insolvent within the next 10 years. I wish I could say all that stuff. However, I can't. I can't because it would be a lie. Honestly, I have no idea. Again, I've said this before, I'm just a guy on YouTube. I have no pull what Congress decides to do. I have no pull in what the president decides to do. At the same time, the president doesn't have all the power. The Senate doesn't have all the power, and neither does the House. So that is the situation that we're currently in. Right now, nobody has any idea where we're headed. They have plans, but that's about it. Now, the one plan that is expected to come through at some point is we are going to send more money, more weapons, more assistance to Ukraine. And this is why I thought this was such a big deal, is because when is this going to stop? And I've seen this before, and again, not even with other countries or anything, but let's say you have a child, right? You give a child, a couple M&Ms. They're going to want more. You give them, a few more M&Ms. They're going to come back and they're going to want more. Okay? They're going to come back until they pretty much sucked you dry and you have absolutely no M&Ms. You turn that bag over and it's gone. It's empty. That's what's going to happen. And that is the worry, is that as of right now, according to experts, we are able to fund Ukraine. We were able to give them more assistance and relief. And this is going to happen probably until the early part of the summer. At that point, Ukraine will likely run out. They will be asking for more money, for more military equipment. And what do we decide to do? Do we continue to push forward or do we stop? That's the worry, is right now, if all the discussions are on Social Security, nutrition assistance, and there's other things that were thrown in there as well, but if those are all the discussions right now, what do we do at that time? Do we push off Social Security for another 6 months to address the issues happening in Ukraine? Do we push off nutrition assistance, which I can tell you right now, poverty is going to spike probably within the next 2 to 3 months, simply because people are going to run out of money to pay for food. These are real issues that we're facing here within the United States border. So those people that are asking, when is it going to stop? Honestly, I wish I knew. But the one thing that I can tell you is go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, because as soon as we get information and updates as to what is going on, I promise I'll come back on. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.